should have some audio here. Yes, I does. Let me reset that there. There we go. All right, we are ready to roll. Ready to roll. Here we go. Got to get this stuff off the bed here. Can't move it. And it really is all just the dust right below the banjo. Get that dialed in there. There we go. Blower on. All right, the blower is on. Let's see, what are we doing here? Let's see. Well, it's all 0.55. We'll do a might be about right where we need to be. Oh, a little bit fat yet. Let's get the round pointy going here. .56, right on the money. We'll sand that right down to .55. On the money. Right on the money. Okay, now we're going to do the middle here. There we go. All right, that one is done. Let me just trim up the ends here a little bit, get rid of the blue on the end. Oh my goodness. That took a chunk of that one. Oh my goodness. That pen will have to be redone. That is a bummer. Probably a little extra mica powder in there, got a little thick. Okay, let's get on to the next one. All right, we'll turn the blower off for a second. Let me figure out what we're doing here. This is that's not a pastel rainbow. That's a rainbow square blank primary colors, 5 1/4. All right, let's go with this one here. 0.55 and away we go. All right, blower on. We're going to do a little fat bat on this one because it looks a little like a child's toy with all these primary colors. Let's go see what the measurement is. 0.58, 0.59, so we're coming in there pretty close. That should be about it right there. Put the rich dome on there. looks pretty even on both ends there. Okay, let's do a measurement now on both ends. See where we're at. 0.56 on the money. 0.56 on the money. That'll sand right down to 0.55. All right. All right, there's that one there. That's a beautiful bunch of mix of primary colors there. Let's give us a little bit of a fat back. I want to trim this one up just a little bit there. That looks a little better. All right. What do we want to do on this one? Let's do... Let's find the middle. Getting some ideas here. Percolating nicely. 5 1/4 roughly. That's about the middle right there. Give or take a millimeter. Let's do... we'll do a Cheerio in the middle. We'll do a flying tire on this one. Beautiful. All right, we're going to call that one good. Get her finished up. All right, the big blower is off. Got to refold my towel here. Gets a little out of whack after being flopped back and forth on the bed there. We'll lay that down there. And then we'll get us a dry diaper for the top. And then we'll dry that one out. There we go. We just lay them out. Let them be. They'll dry right up. There we go. Nice clean side of a diaper. I won't say it's a clean diaper, but it's a clean side of the diaper. Let me refill my water here. Take just a couple seconds. Beautiful. All right, here we go. Let me grab some paper here. Whew, that gets smooth. My goodness. This is some good resin, whoever put this one together. Not sure where Miss DM got it, but good supplier. Mixed it up nicely. So smooth in the middle. Flying tire. It's a mustache with a tire in the middle, or a Cheerio. All right, very nice. Looking good. Used to remember almost every Saturday morning for 9 years, well, actually a full 9 years, I was working at Walmart. And every Saturday morning in my management position, I would be there getting the store running, getting the store up and going for Saturday morning shopping. And a lot of fun. Never had a Saturday off for 9 years. Must be an air hole right there. I can feel a little bit. I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, it's an air hole. Look at that. Huh. I'll have to fill that one in. Put a little glue on there. We'll clean it out, put a little glue on there, and then you'll never see it because it'll blend in with the colors around it. But there's actual air hole. I could feel something there, and I'm like, this resin is poured so nicely. I can't believe there's an air hole there, a little air pocket. Might have been a pocket of mica powder, like a little globule of mica powder that never got mixed with the resin. And of course, it doesn't become like the rest of the resin, so it just sits there waiting for it to be exposed. And it was exposed. I'm going to do before we finish it up is I'm going to find that little hole right there. I'm going to blow it out here. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. My air hose is tangled with all my cords here. Okay, now it's not tangled. Alright, that air hole is completely cleaned out. I'm going to grab some of this right here. Get my toothbrush out here, make sure all that dust is out. And it's a dry toothbrush, so no liquid in there. Yep, I can see the bottom of it. You can tell when it's a real shiny hole that it was an air hole. I usually put it on the side and let it fill up. Beautiful, filled nicely. Alright, now we will quickly activate it. And then we will simply take it off the lathe and we'll bring it back here in a few minutes near the end of our excitement and do it up. Okay, this one here is a round pastel. Keep it the size of the blank, thin down to make turn as size. Thick round, turn, oh, thin down to make symmetrical, okay. So a little shorter one than normal. All right. All right, here we go. Blower on. It's a very, very thick blanket. Very nice and evenly smooth now. Alright, now what we're going to do is I'm going to square up those ends because they're a little, from the pouring the mold, they get a little lip on them. Here we go. Now, we are going to make these a rounded pointy with a, slanted pointy there. All right, looks like about a 0.60, but let's measure. See exactly where we're at. We're at about a 0.66. We're getting down there. .59, getting very close. That's pretty cool. Do the same thing on this end. You don't have to really go fast, because the difference between doing it fast and doing it slow is probably seconds. So this is not where you gain efficiency. Where you gain efficiency is having sharp tools and a good design and knowing where you're going to not waste any time in between the steps. Alright, let's get some measurements, see where we're at. On this end, we are at 0.58. This end here, we're at 0.6. Got to get down to a 0.55 in the finished design. So this will take just a little bit here. I sort of like the look of this end. All right, let's find the middle of this baby. This is a little shorter than normal, I think. Yeah, it's a 5-incher. We're right at 2.5. There's our center. We're gonna dig into that. almost looks like candy corn on this end here. Sort of a new little design here. Not here in the center. That's just your typical, what we call a mustache. But the other part of this looks like a snake head. Sort of triangular in nature. This is short one, so it's probably more of a flipper kind of range. Now let's do a measurement on the finger hold, see if we're down where we need to be. 0.55 on the money, 0.55 on the money. And this is a cool looking design. It's got like striations of mica powder. Pretty nifty. All right, we'll get that out of the way. We'll bring in our diaper. Turn off our blower. Grab a piece of paper. Get my water bottle. And here we go. While this is spinning, it looks like a candy corn on this end with the yellow and the orange, doesn't it? When it stops, it doesn't look like that because the colors aren't blended from turning. Whew, that's smooth. Smooth. Whew, smooth. I love how silky that feels when it's spinning and it's a little bit wet. Some polished juice here. Refold my rag a little bit. Get it trailed out nicely. So I think I'll call this pointy end. It's just a version of rounded pointy, but it's more like a snake head. And I like it because it's got a bit of a block behind it that gives you some pushing power. So from an ergonomic standpoint, I like that a lot. The snake head. Here you go, Sarah Ann. When you're watching this one, that's a new design. Snake head. Looks really good on this blank. Oh yeah, that's pretty. That is a nice looking blank. Didn't look like that from the outside, but that is cool. Okay, let me pull the bushings out. Let me chamfer the ends. And we'll get the next blank out. And this one's got some big flaky stuff in it. That is glitter, some kind of real flexible glitter. And again, most glitter is plastic, foil, that kind of thing. I've already rounded this down. This came as a square blank. And again, this one I think is a solid, 5 1/4. Let's get her rolling. Blow her on. There's my center. And we're going to do some gumballs on this one because this is a sort of a flaky kind of thing. Make them just a little shorter here. Actually, I'm going to do, I guess 3 would be nice. No, that's too tight. I need some broadening room. Let's just do... That'll work. It's a little soft. Yeah, this blank is a little soft. I can tell because as I'm pushing against it, it's flexing a little bit. Not as rigid. I don't know if that's from the resin mix or if that is from all the glitter that's in it. I'm not sure what gives it that flex. But this is the kind of blank you sort of have to take it easy on and just let it flow. Some blanks are rock hard and you can just pressure against them really hard and get a lot done quickly. But this one is a patient blank. This one will just take a little TLC. Yeah, see, every time if I have to tighten that up, that means those bushings are going in and they're pushing on the resin. And if they're squishing the resin, that tells me that it's a little soft. And I'll explain that in just a second. I want to concentrate on this blank. Yeah, see, I can see it. It's becoming lopsided now, or wobbly, however you want to describe that. Which means I really can't go back in here now because it is now yeah, that's a weird blank. Well, let's get this finished up and finished. Oh yeah, it's wobbling big time. Look at that. See, this over here I've already finished, and now it's got a fuzzy edge, so it looks like I didn't finish it. And you can see this bushing here is wobbling a bit. So what we're going to do is stop that. Yeah, look at that. Look how out of shape that is. Ooh, that is a very soft blank. Wow. I can actually bend it. That is not a fully cured blank, or it is a badly mixed blank. I'm not sure which it is. We'll see what we can do with it though. It's even twisting now, which is really weird. Yeah, that is way flexible. I'm not sure that's going to be... Yeah, that is not a good one. Look how flexible this is. I should not be able to do that with a blank. I can't even finish this. I can't even cut it, and it stays that way. So it is and it's not breaking, which tells me it's not brittle. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, that's not a good blank. We're gonna have to get with Miss DM and have her replace this blank. She paid for the blank and sent it to us, but I don't want to charge her for a turning service because I can't even finish that one. Okay. Let's bring over the one that we put the super glue in. And we could turn the big blower off now. Yeah, look how this stuff's shredded like that. That was a weird blank. Yeah, even this one here probably wasn't cured very well because you can see lots of air bubbles in there. Interesting. Yeah, you got to be careful when you're out there buying blanks. You want to buy them from a reputable. Yeah, there's a lot of air bubbles in this thing. This is almost impossible to finish because I can't clean all those out. But let's finish this one here. We can make them disappear quite a bit, but there are going to be some still in there. All right, let me get the diaper out. Always an interesting morning when you throw something up there and you're not sure where the blank comes from. So let's get it going anyway. And what those little white dots is they are air bubbles. And as you sand or finish, you create this dust, of course. It's all contained in the water, so it's not floating around in the air, but that fills up all the little air bubbles. So gorgeous, gorgeous color mix, etc. I don't think they pressurized it much. Right now we're just going to fill this very large air hole. And of course when they're wet you don't see all the air holes, you just see the big ones. And now that it's all dried out you can see them because it's a really cool blank though. So it's just going to be the way it is. I will try to clean as many of those out as I can. Alright, that air hole is nice and sanded off and smooth. Okay, we already did everything there, so now we'll just take it back up through the grades of paper. And Miss DM, I'm so sorry this one didn't come out so well. This is a gorgeous bunch of colors, but when everybody's out there buying blanks, you know, ask them if they were pressurized or if they were mixed correctly or how long they've been turning blanks. And hey, I started 1.5 years ago mixing blanks and I had no idea what I was doing, but a lot of those blanks are not even in the market because we were just messing around and I could tell something wasn't right and I threw them away. But then we got to the point where we started understanding what we were doing. We had the pressure pot and it makes all those little tiny bubbles go away. All right, let's get up to the next one here. So we will get as rid of those as much of those as we can. And some people would say, well, just cover it with CA glue. The problem is the CA glue is now going to lock in those little white dots. And that's not really what you want. You don't want to see a bunch of little tiny, and you probably can't see them on camera, but they're there. Yeah, that whole fit's nice. Can't even feel it anymore. It's gone. All right, now what we need to do is I need to polish it up. We'll just use a little bit of this whiteness here so we can get most of them out of the way. And you take a risk. I mean, the blanks are fairly inexpensive, so it's not a huge risk. It's not like you're going to lose the house or anything like that. You just see some gorgeousness, and you don't know what you get till you get it in your hands and start turning it, and then you get what you get. So, you know, no big deal. Nobody is perfect out there. We're all trying to figure it out. All right, let's stop this now. Yeah, so it actually looks like part of the pattern, so it's not too bad, but this one probably may have not been pressurized or not pressurized high enough. So if I take my toothbrush here, get all the junk out, Yeah, that toothbrush can't even get down into those little holes. Still a gorgeous looking blank. Still a gorgeous looking bunch of colors. Yeah, maybe when I buff it, it'll pull a little bit of that out. Let's go see. All right, let's pop over to the buffer here with these. 2 out of 4, we actually had 2 problems. One was my problem. I caught an end of that one little angel thing there, but I've got some more I think I'll get with Carrie, and she'll get that blank. So let me take the bushings out of this one, and let me chamfer the holes on the end. And I'll get with Carrie, and Carrie will get with Miss DM and substitute out that blank. All right, let's come over here. Out of all that we did, this is the perfect blank. Oh my goodness. This thing was mixed well, good color selection, and it was pressurized, you could tell. Turned very nicely, very smoothly. I don't see any defects in this one at all. When I see little white dots like that, I look at the reflection to see if it's a divot, but it's not a divot. It's just something in the mica powder. Anyway, always inspecting, make sure there's a pretty good, almost perfect product going to the customer. Always going to miss something. And again, it does not affect the operation or look of the pen. Still working like a champ, still diamond paint like mad, still puts down drills, still looks great, all that good kind of stuff. All right, let's get this one. I'm going to give a little extra powder here. See if I can't buff into some of those little air holes. Again, it sort of looks like the pattern. So it's not too bad. I hate to even send it to the client because I think it's my fault, but it's not my fault. It's just the way the blank is. You could call it white glitter confetti if you wanted, and that would suffice. The buffing is getting rid of just a tiny bit of it. And again, you could say, well, you could sand those out. You could, but you're going to find more below them likely. It still looks good. Still great colors in this blank. There it is. And you can still see and probably almost feel the tiny, tiny bubbles in there, but not much you can do about that. Still a great looking pen, still works like a champ. And nobody's sitting looking at their pen the whole time they're diamond painting. They're looking at the pattern, they're looking at the drills and stuff like that. So this in your peripheral vision, gorgeous pen. This one is just gorgeous overall. Love the mica. I don't know how they get those lines through there, that striation of that, but that's pink, cantaloupe, lemon, yellow, blue. There's a little bit of green in there with a blue and the yellow mix. And then purple, very rainbowy. All right. That is it for those two. And then just to review the other 2 parts of this turn here is I caught this end here and took a chunk out of it. So this pen is, I may make it a shorty somehow and maybe cut that off and do something funky with it, but it'll still be asymmetrical, so it won't be a great looking pen. And this one here, it literally bends. Haven't even broken it, look at that. And it's slowly springing back. So when you turn that, that's what it does on the lathe, and you can't really turn that too well. Anyway, sad because it's pretty cool looking blank, and love that opal glitter. All right, we are Done with this bunch right now. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.